The Bostonian is Matt Perrault.
This is our city.
The Book is Dave Sherapan.
Pay him. Pay that man his money.
Together, they are The Bostonian versus The Book.
You covered! You covered 12! I covered!
Follow the show on Twitter at Boston versus The Book.
How do you like them apples?
Bringing you the best insight on sports betting news, Matt and Dave's daily picks, and an entertaining and unfiltered dive into the sports betting industry. Here's Dave Sherapan and Matt Perrault.
And here we go.
What's up, Brigade? How are you? Welcome into a Wednesday edition of the Bostonian versus the Book. He is Dave Sherapan. I am Matt Perrault. We are live on our YouTube channel at Boston versus the Book, X Twitter as well. Replayed on Sirius XM, channel 159, and Sports Grid TV each and every night, 10 p.m. Pacific time. We have a show for you guys today. At the top, buckle the seatbelts, get the helmet on. It's going to be a ride for all of us here in the next couple of moments, but Dodger gear, Dave, today? I thought for sure you'd go hockey with the Rangers. How are you on this Wednesday?
We're always looking forward, right?
Yeah.
The theme of the show is always forward, never straight. We're looking forward. You know, we got big games tonight.
Yeah.
All right. Between the NBA playoffs, there's one big game. New York Knicks fans very excited. Indiana Pacer fans as well. But the hockey has been so good. The playoff hockey. And it just, there it is. The graphics department, that's Matt, has done a great job right there with NHL playoffs continue to deliver over NBA. And right at the top of the show. I mean, you know, there's 4 lines on a hockey team. Everybody got to take a shift. Everybody got to come in. You come in, do your job, get off the ice, keep it moving, and jump over the boards. The Bruins are playing the Panthers tonight.
Well,
so we had to go get a guy.
I didn't have to wear the Bruins gear today. Like, the beautiful thing about this is I didn't have to I could wear my Celtic stuff today.
Yeah.
Because we have it covered.
We have it covered. We have it covered. Yes,
the Bruins stuff is covered to pay off the bet. He is the one and only Cam Stewart joining us back on BVB.
Is that Cam Neely?
Yeah, it is Cam Neely. It is Cam.
Holy crap!
Yeah, there you go.
He's got the number 8.
Yeah, there it is. There it is. Well, I'm a man of my word. All it takes is a steak dinner and some beers. But honestly, this jersey fits better than any Leaf jersey I'd better put on. What's the B stand for? Beats or bad beats or whatever the hell it is, Dave. Even last night, can you believe this? Carolina dominates. I'm on Carolina in the over. We lose in overtime. I'm like, oh, Dallas. I got Dallas. Had the first period 3-0. Oh, Colorado scores 4 unanswered goals. Like, I don't know. For the Leafs jersey, just, yeah. You know what? It's Maple Leafs, mush, Boston. These guys win. And all they do, and I'm going to tell you, Florida, you guys better shut up. Like, I told you, the Kachuk's are real. That's the whole thing. The Leafs were not cocky or whatever. Boston beats them in Game 7. And this guy's worried about the Leafs. Oh, we knew the Bruins were going to win. The Leafs are a bunch of chokers. Yeah, worry about yourself. Worry about Jeremy Swayman, you numbskull. I'll tell you something. Hey, the Leafs never lost 5-1 to these guys. They took them to Game 7 overtime. Florida's walking in like they've won the Stanley Cup. Hey, Panthers, you guys better wake up. Boston's goalie's the real deal. He's the best goalie. Him and Shesterkin, the reason these teams could go all the way, their goaltending is superior to everybody. Bobrovsky looked horrible last game. So,
and the Panthers haven't beaten the Bruins yet this year. They're 0-5 against the Bruins. So, why are we talking about, I don't get why Florida's cocky at all. I like it. Be cocky. Be overconfident.
Right.
It's perfect for the Bruins. That's exactly what I want.
I just can't believe when I'm watching these guys. Like, we were talking about Ottinger. Ottinger is not in Shesterkin's league. No. Swayman is so hot. And let's give you know what? I'm not even going to be mad at the Leafs and bump them down. They had a lot of bad luck, like Wall going out and you know what I mean? And all this stuff. And they played these guys tough. They lost in overtime of Game 7. It's not a classic choke job like years before. It was, you know what? I'm not even that mad. I'm disappointed because it's classic that they never win a game like that. But I think Boston is one of those teams now, very dangerous. I don't think Florida's giving them the respect that they deserve. And we know hockey's like soccer. Did anybody watch that Dortmund PSG game? I had Dortmund plus 500. PSG hit 6 bars. They had hit 13 in 2 games. Like, they had no business winning that game, but they do. Welcome to sports gambling. Dave, and we talked about both overs in the hockey.
Yep.
It doesn't matter about these goalies. You see the opportunities that these teams are getting. They're point-blank chances. And, hey, I got to give Boston full marks. I'm one of those guys. I honor my bets. The Leafs, hey, and give Dortmund credit. This is huge today, too, guys, for soccer.
Yep.
If Bayern Munich wins, we got an all-German final with Bayern Munich against Dortmund. I think the last time they played was 2013. But anyway, Matt, congratulations.
The soccer portion of the show in there. Thank you, Cam.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
That was excellent.
Well, that game's coming up. It's at 3
I
o'clock.
know.
We're here to gamble. The chat says we're here to gamble. We're here to gamble. So
they're
let's
watching
do it.
that for sure.
Yeah.
So tonight,
Mhm.
the total's 5.5. The under is juiced in the Boston, Florida game.
Wait.
And
Wait. We can't just skip ahead. We have
What?
to at least recap what happened. I
What?
need to know where Cam was when Pasta scored the goal to go and win this.
we're going to open the wound.
I watched it alone.
We had
It doesn't matter what I've done, Matt. I
fussing
tried it all.
over this.
I went
What
to bed.
happened?
I was lying in bed. Like, I literally had I had a beer in bed. I was sucking back a Guinness. I go, yep, there's the Leafs. Click, turned off TV, turned off phone. Social media, I'm horrible on it anyway. I'd rather do real media. I'll meet you at the bar and honor my bets. That's what Dave knows me. I'm like basically a younger, like 49 going on 70. I don't meet people on social media. I meet you at the bar.
Right.
You want a drink? I'll meet you at the local bar. I'll go drive up the street to the strip bar and meet you for a beer.
But for
I'll honor the
Cam,
jersey.
For 140, for 1 minute and 40 seconds, did you believe when it was 1-0? Did you believe?
It's actually when they scored that goal, I jumped out of bed and was going to run the shower. I came back. By the time the water got warm, it was 1-1. Turned it off and went and jumped back into bed. Not a word of a lie. I was literally going to go, you know what? I'm going to go and like maybe go out tonight and crack a couple beers with some guys, some happy beers instead of sad beers. Dave, it's like the old rec league team that I played for. That was the motto, basically the Leafs motto: win or lose, hit the booze. That's how I feel watching this team play hockey.
Win or lose, hit the booze.
Yeah.
Yes. How's your dad? This.
He knows now. He's older than me. Like, this guy's like, I told him, he goes,
So like older Leafs fans kind of just accept it. Like you can just turn the page and go, okay, that's it.
I go, Dad, what do you think? He goes, well, Freddie Anderson's playing for Carolina. I guess we can look, I wonder how they're going to do. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, okay. Like, I get, like, he's at a point right now, like, he wants them to win too, but we've seen it all before. I told you the highlight of this team's like memories are 1993 Borashevsky goal. Like, and now the sad thing is, Matt, like, I hate to say it, like, it must be nice being like a Boston fan. The Jays suck. Like, they're gonna have to blow this thing up. They're a train wreck. Like, they're not getting better. It's like all the teams. The Raptors are in a rebuild. Gabe's was like, "Don't worry, Cam. TFC's back. They're winning me money in MLS." I'm like, "Yeah, no, maybe I'll start betting on TFC and going to their games because they're the only damn team in the city that wins." Even the Argos quarterback suspended for 9 games. Who knows what the hell he's doing? Jim Kelly's nephew. He might not even play.
Oh,
like,
Chad Kelly.
Chad Kelly's a disaster. Like,
Chad Kelly's in trouble again.
Oh,
I didn't hear
big.
that.
Oh, yeah. You'll hear a lot about it. Big trouble.
Oh,
He's suspended
no.
9 games minimum. He might be out for the year. So,
We got a great question from the chat. A big
Yeah.
part of the show is all these guys that watch and girls that watch from all over the country and all over Canada as
Yeah,
well.
9
Jimmy
games.
Jack wants to know, do Leafs fans stop watching hockey now, or do they root for other Canadian teams, Cam?
No, I'm not a proponent of that. And it's actually kind of bothered me that like all the people in Toronto are kind of like, "Oh, now I'm going to cheer for the Oilers." Like, why? What was your affiliation with the Oilers? Like, Canucks still exist. Like, I don't lose automatically and say, yeah, I'm going to cheer for the Ottawa Senators because they're Canadian. No, I cheer for my bets and I cheer for money and I cheer for if I have a very good friend who's in that, like Morency, I want the Canucks to do well for him.
Right.
We do a show on a nightly basis. I want him to be happy because I know what it's like being sad. But I will say this, I don't think this Edmonton series is going to be the cakewalk. Like I did show with guys who think they're sweeping this team. I'm like, sweeping? Like, Vancouver's not like some kind of joke. Like, I think it can go 6 or 7. I had Edmonton in 7, but I just don't understand the disrespect of the line. I'm not saying Edmonton should be favored, but Dave, you're in the book. But that's the thing. They know they could post a -160 and get all, like, you know what I mean? People would hammer Edmonton. People are still taking them in parlays at -275, 280. Like,
It's unbelievable.
come on, Matt. Like,
Wow.
you got to admit that's
unbelievable.
that's just out of whack. That is so disrespectful
No,
to the Canucks, right?
The Canucks are 4-0
I
against
know.
the Oilers. It's
I
the
know.
same thing with the Bruins. You can do the same exact thing if you want with the Florida Panthers. Like, oh, they'll get their Florida's the best team in hockey. They're going to wipe the ice with them. Forget it. Okay. Oilers, same problem. They're 4-0. They beat them all 4 times they played. Why are we just assuming Edmonton's going to boat race them? I don't get it at all. Third string goalie or not, I'm still cool with what's going on with the Canucks.
I agree with you. And this 6th-round pick, this kid's not afraid. He cracks jokes. They had him out in his leisure suit and stuff. The guy's laughing his ass off. Like sometimes, and I tell people this about golf, when you're young, you don't have any scar tissue. It all happens when you're older. Like, look at the Leafs. You remember, we lost. This was heartbreaking. These kids don't think about that. They come in, like I see guys on the PGA Tour, they're not afraid of anything. Like Tiger Woods could be there, like, I watch this guy playing. Everything's cool. They don't have the damage. It's like a brand new car instead of one. The Leafs car is literally at Mako. It's got 37 dents in it, no muffler. The transmission's going to be shot. Like, that's the thing. These kids are ready to roll. They're driving Ferraris out there. They just understand they're different breeds. It's kind of like guys, when we grew up, the quarterback always learned behind the veteran. I guess Green Bay is the only team that did it with Love.
Right.
But other teams, it's like, get in there. You know what I mean? So it's just a different world we're living in. And I think the Vancouver Canucks are kind of like, whatever. And I cracked a joke. It's probably a horrible joke, but the minus 270, me and Gabe were like, we got it on every chalkboard with Rick Tocchet, right? Like, and then I say, so Pedersen goes up to Tocchet. So coach, what is minus 270? He goes, well, Elias, let's talk. It takes 27,000 euros to win 10,000 euros if you like Edmonton. What, coach? That seems crazy. You're telling me they're 3 euros better than us? I say, no, they're not 3 euros better than you in something we can understand. You know what I mean? So, like, I guess if I was talking, I'd put the money line up. But we gamble, though, right?
Right. What about Boston and Florida? Let's look at the game tonight. You said it best. I think Boston's that team that just won't go away. Even when they're down, they're not going away. They keep coming, and God forbid we get this Pastrnak loose and going, and Marchand's in everybody's face, and they're physical. And then after all of that, you get down right around their crease, and Swayman is sliding around over here, sliding around over here. Cam, he looks so confident. This is all you could ask for your goalie in this spot. Florida has to win this game tonight, right?
They do, but I watched Carolina pepper Shesterkin, and he made every big save. Why can't Swayman do the same thing? Hockey's different. It is the most different sport. Like, Dave, that's the whole thing. In a football game, usually the better team will win. Matt knows, he boxes. In a boxing fight, underdogs rarely have a chance. Hockey's the only sport where you can get dominated, and I mean dominated, and win a game 2-1, 1-0. That's the thing. It's very luck-based. Bounces, all sorts of crazy stuff. Hell, I played the game. I told you the story. We outshot a team 72-16, and they beat us. The goalie made like 71 saves.
Wow.
And it was like a huge playoff game. I'm like, you just bow down to the guy afterwards and say, good on you. Like, you were the best. Like, save breakaways, everything. And that's how I feel with Swayman. Like, I still think Florida can win this in 7, Dave, but if Bobrovsky plays like he did in game 1, they're dead. Boston's going to roll them.
I don't think he does. I think Bob is much better today. I like the under.
I'm with Santana in the chat. Florida, the bottom line is they shouldn't be minus 170.
I would agree. It's that zigzag theory that we're coming back with. And again, Boston hasn't lost yet this year to Florida, and they hate the Panthers. It's their, that now the new enemy of Boston is Florida, and Kachuk for that matter. But I just feel like Bob's going to be better. And for Swayman, it's 1 or 2, right? So it's how many goals will Bob give up? And that's why I like the under 5.5, because I feel at best it's a 3-2 final. What do you feel about the total at 5.5?
I agree with you. I like the under in this game. I think the Oiler Canuck game, if we can get a 6, I know it's 6 right now. I'd probably go over in that
me too.
game.
Yep, me too.
I think it's just these teams, they really know each other. Look at the scores they played. Yes. I know it's different. You can't compare totally regular season to the playoffs, but they had a lot of wild games. And the thing about Vancouver, though, you don't want to open it up against Edmonton. You still have to play your defense, but let's remember, Vancouver also, like, you know what I mean? Stu Skinner played great, but it was against the LA Kings, who were inept. Like, in my opinion, Dubois is one of the worst players in hockey for the amount of money you're paying the guy. Like, it's embarrassing, actually. Like, how much money that guy makes to go for basically a cardio workout. What I do when I walk up at the hill behind the school. Like, guy's not even in the game. Like, why he's just floating out there like a moron. It's just like, what are you doing? Like, are you doing anything? Like, are you trying? It's just so frustrating. But I think that series is going. I think it's going over tonight, Dave. Yep. I hit both totals last night. I had both overs, but I hit I lost both games in overtime. Can't lie. That's the truth. And I thought I was going to win every single bet I made yesterday. That's life. Like, that's tough. I really like this jersey, though, man. I'm not being honest with you. Even as a Leaf fan, like, it fits me perfectly.
It looks
that's
great.
the best thing about people from Boston, too. They're redheaded, Irish, Scottish guys who get drunk
you
all
look
the time.
like a
What
Boston
the hell am I
guy.
doing? What am I doing living here? I should have been Boston, so I don't hate it. I'd be rich. Think about all the money I'd have, not donating to the Leafs and the Bills and the Seahawks and all the stupid things that I do.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God.
The next move will be getting you in Celtics gear. Last one for me. I know you got to go.
Yeah.
You looking at the golf this week? Are you
I
getting
am.
crazy with the golf? Because I know that's one of your specialties and you love it and you watch it and you look at these things. Anything you want to leave the people before you go with the golf?
The golf tournament, Wells Fargo, is a really good tournament. We got the major coming up next week too, right. Guys? So I got to give my boy Carver, and I do that hit on Sports Grid around like 4:12 today. So we'll give full disclosure. He hit the live winner in Brooks Koepka, and he had Jake Afternoon Nap at 80, but he hedged out on Pendrith. That's funny. The Prime Minister not even betting on a Canadian. I got a Swede in Doran who finished third in that tournament. What else is new? Day late, dollar short, Dave. Always sniffing the money, never getting it. You know that trick where the guy like puts the money on the string, like behind a bush, and you pick it up on the sidewalk and he pulls it back? I'm the guy who goes for the money. And they're all, ha, ha, look at this idiot. He thinks it's real. Anyway, I like Wyndham Clark this week, 20-1. This is a long golf course. I think this guy's dangerous, and he's not being valued the way he should. I know a lot of guys like Tagala. He'll play well on a long track like this. I'm going to give a shot with Zalatoris. I got him at 40. I think on some books they have a bet boost to 45.50. And one more that I'm looking at, if you're looking for a real big underdog, there's a kid out of Australia. He played his golf in the States at Oklahoma State, Austin Eckroat. He murders the ball off the tee, kind of like Rory McIlroy, but taller. And this course is like basically it's 7,400 yards. It's a killer. Wow. You need guys who are going to drive the golf ball. Hence Rory doing really well at this event. So I looked at Eckroat at 90-1. Wyndham Clark at 20, Zalatoris, and who else do I have? I have one other guy, I think, here, Dave. I got to do. Carver's got like more picks than me because he's got more money than me. He likes Max Home at 22. I had to lower my card this week, Dave, due to the Leafs and other things that didn't go well.
Things have to get adjusted. You
Cam Young,
used to say you got to move stuff around.
My boy, my namesake, Cam Young, 30 too. I like Cam Young. He's been very close, knocking on the door, sniffing. So Clark, Young, Zalatoris, bomb play, Eckroat 90. More picks with Carver. And on your guys' show tonight, Dave, I'll probably see you at In Game Live, and I'll see Brady Cannon and everybody. If you like golf tonight, Wednesday night, the Wednesday night freak show with Morency tonight, we'll have a lot of picks, and more picks. You guys know that.
Cam, you're a good sport, my friend. Thank you for coming on. Appreciate that.
I was going to sell this jersey. I just might keep it. Maybe it'll change my luck.
Keep it.
I'm going to, Dave.
All right.
I know my Leaf stuff's going to be whatever. What have those guys ever done for me? Other than made me pay double mortgages.
Right.
Anything. Just more bills. More problems. Later, guys.
He is Cam Stewart. Good
Cam.
stuff, my friend, from Sports Grid, joining us here in the Bostonian versus the Book. Good sport out of him for coming on and paying off. It always looks good. It's a Bruins jersey. Of course it looks good. It's a Bruins jersey.
Yeah, it did. It looked good.
It's a good jersey. By the way, thank you to CBW. The Argos in the CFL today, I guess yesterday late, said the Toronto Argonauts were informed of the outcome of the league's investigation of quarterback Chad Kelly for violations of the CFL's gender-based violence policy. The club will respectively abide by the league's decision. The Toronto Argonauts and the MLSE share the CFL's commitment to providing healthy and positive work environments. So whatever he said to whomever got Chad Kelly a 9-game suspension. Don't know what he said. Said something bad. Said something really bad. Really bad.
Really bad.
Butchie, deal with it. Deal with it. Here we go. Yes, here we go. Boston. To next Tuesday, you have a Boston team playing in the playoffs. Next Tuesday. It's Wednesday. Boston.
It never ends.
It never ends. And you are right, though. We could be very well on a collision course between the New York Rangers and the Boston Bruins and the New York Knicks and the Boston Celtics. All Eastern Conference.
You see that clip I posted when Moose said, well, hey, Matt, Boston sucks. It just couldn't stop.
It was great. It was awesome.
This is going to be, we're going to have to call in all the
He agreed when I said we'll have a parade before you. And he goes, yep. He goes, you're right. We're going to have a parade before you.
Hey, we're going to have a parade before you. Put that on a T-shirt. We'll sell that thing in New York and Boston.
Right.
We could actually go to Philly and sell some there.
I mean, the Boston exacta, I don't think anybody really believes that's happening. Like, that would be ridiculous. I don't believe that's happening.
Do you remember that night we went to eat? Me, you, Jess, and the kids. We had Maddie and Kendall at Chicky and Pete's.
Okay, yeah.
Remember that experimental ticket that I did?
You did Boston. You did a Boston for $5, right?
$10.
What was it? It was like 75 to 1?
Wins a couple dimes.
Okay, even better. A couple hundred to 1. Yeah, I mean, yes, it's always Boston against the world. This is true.
Boston versus the world.
This is true. This is true. I would be very surprised. Look, I will be ecstatic. I will be over the moon.
You will be annoying as hell.
Oh my God. I'll be at peak. I will be Patriots second dynasty annoying peak.
Oh, worse.
I'll be Monday after the Patriots came back down 28-3 against the Falcons. Annoying. God.
Please.
Okay. That's how annoying I will be. That's how fired up I will be. I will be decked. I will need to get a split championship hat. It says 2024, both championships.
They'll be out. They'll probably do that 2024 and put the Celtics.
There's no debating that. They'll do T-shirts. They'll just say we own everything. Like,
all right, let's slow down. We got a lot of basketball and hockey to be played before that happens.
Yes, we do. But
nobody wants to see that in the chat.
Reminder, we are coming to Chicago. We are 8 days away from being live in Chicago. If you are in the sports betting space and you guys are going to be in Chicago, you guys can come and say hi. We'll put you on the show. We'll be live at the Over Under Bar. Come on by, say hello. If you live in Chicago, a lot of you guys do live in Chicago or in the Chicagoland area.
Yep.
Come on by. We know you all watch the show, so just come on by. It's nice and easy. You can get on the show and watch the show and tell the world that, yes, I watched the show. We like the show. We know you like the show. It's okay. It's completely fine. You can hate me and still like the show. It's totally okay. It's not a big deal. It's the problem. It's no worries. So come on by. Over Under Bar, 3 to 5 Central Time, Thursday, May the 16th, Circus Sports Illinois, and us together at Over Under Bar, having a blast. Hope to see all of you. We keep getting notes and messages from people who are coming. It's Canada, Wisconsin, Indiana, and Iowa so far. That's the roll call.
Right.
So
outside of Illinois.
Correct. Everybody in Illinois, it's ridiculous, but outside people coming in. It's a given to have Illinois, Chicago.
Yeah, we might have to go area codes within the state of Illinois and
where
see
you're
how
from.
Many different area codes show up. Like the Bruins did with that tweet. That was a really original idea. Maybe we could use that. We'll get the area code roll call for the Illinois people. That would be good.
If someone would get a passport, I got a great
deuces.
I mean, I'm not saying no. I mean, that's
might be a one-way trip. It's a problem right now. There's a lot of things going on. I was just saying, Bushy knows. It's not like we could just pick up and go down south, hang out.
Has any NBA, NHL exacta happened in sports history?
I know baseball and football did in 1979. Yes.
I mean, the Patriots, Red Sox did it.
Yeah.
But has it basketball and hockey? Because the Celtics
look at the
Lakers
chat.
No.
I don't think so.
Because the problem is the Lakers and the Celtics alternated so much in the 60s, 70s, 80s. So it would be hard. I think that actually is pretty. Detroit did it. Did Detroit do it?
The Red Wings and
the Tigers?
Pistons?
No. It is baseball. The Pistons. Yeah, Pistons, Red Wings. The Pistons and Red Wings. Oh, that maybe. Yeah, that's possible.
No.
Lakers. We don't count that, Nick Daniel. That's garbage.
Now you've done it.
We don't count the asterisk championships. These are garbage championships. They do not exist in my world. The Lakers and the Dodgers won ridiculous, a 60-game baseball season. We're calling that a championship? Come on. In the bubble, they didn't travel, didn't go anywhere. No road teams. 17 rings, my ass. It's a complete joke. No, I'm not counting that.
They
Sorry.
won that World Series in Texas, by the way.
In Texas, right? In a bubble, with a 60-game season. Congrats,
Ironically,
Steve
they
Roberts.
weren't even playing Texas.
Since 1947, Nikki
Caramello, associate producer, Nikki. Thank you very much. 1947?
That's interesting. Okay.
Holy crap.
So
who was it? I mean, you put the year. Who was it?
We haven't had, again,
it had to
we
be
know
Celtics Bruins, right?
We've had baseball and we've had football, but we haven't had basketball and hockey. I can't remember an exact day with basketball and hockey. It's the two winter sports, both winning a championship in the same year. I don't know.
Basketball and hockey. Look, we got a research department. CBW, get on that.
I don't know how that's. I would
Josie
say
Myers, if you're listening, find it. Listen, Sarah Mello, good job. You got the year.
Oh, it never happened. NBA began in 1947.
Johnny Parlay's got to get on the payroll. We have to find a way to get JR 33312 on the payroll. The guy watches the show every day. I was there. Who was there?
I think he's kidding. He's joking around with you.
Who said that?
I don't know what Covey's talking about.
Who said that? I'm going to look back in the chat. I was not there, Chris
Okay,
Covey.
So CBW sent me cities with multiple championships in the same year, but we got to go hockey and basketball. Hockey and basketball, the Kings and the Galaxy. Give me a break. What are we doing? Galaxy. Talk about the big four here.
Soccer's a worldwide sport, sir.
Yeah, not in this country. Red Sox, Patriots, the only two, 04 and 2018. The Patriots and the Red Sox both won the championship. The Bruins and the Celtics have never won it in the same year. The Rangers and the Giants, not football, but baseball, won it in the same year. Rangers and the Yankees won it in the same year.
What year was that? 1994.
Rangers 1933 for the Giants and the Rangers, and 1928 for the Rangers and the Yankees.
Okay.
Long time ago.
1979 was the Pirates and the Steelers. It was the greatest year of my life. I thought we were winning World Series and Super Bowls every year. It was the city of champions back then. Pittsburgh was the center of the sports universe.
Yeah, it's never happened. We've never had the exacta. We've never had hockey, basketball championships in the same year.
Damn, I thought Denver and Colorado might have had a good shot this year. Avalanche and Nuggets.
Bye-bye.
I don't think the Nuggets.
Nope.
It's not going to work. I don't think so. Wow. See how the show kind of morphs into, we've done 25 minutes of the show and completely off the rundown. We haven't even started with what's listed. And we came up with a great subject and topic. Thanks to the chat. Again, all of you, thank you for being here. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Keep listening to the show on the podcast apps. Leave a review. Tell someone about it. Come and see us in Chicago.
That's really crazy. The two biggest, the two sports that Boston fans now are dying over, Bruins and the Celtics. Patriots and the Red Sox won it in back-to-back in the same year in 04 and 2018. I'm not sure if you had told me in 2003, if you had said, Matt, in 2003, the Patriots and the Red Sox are going to win double championships in the same year, I would be like, shut up. Like, it's never happening. It's never happening.
It's, despite the fact that it is Boston, it's still the coolest thing ever because you get the whole baseball season.
Yeah.
Into October and they win it, and then the football season
takes over and they
all
win
the
it.
way to February,
and they win it.
And then spring training starts, and you're like,
I went. That's where I went to the 2005 spring training for the Red Sox. I was there, so I saw the World Series championship, and then I saw the Patriots win the Super Bowl.
Had to be at your height.
Oh, it was everybody was. The greatest thing was I went to a Yankees and Red Sox spring training game, and everyone signed said, "Hey Jeter, how was the golf?" It was tremendous. It was tremendous. I mean, the trash talking was like at peak Boston. We won the World Series. We had won the third Super Bowl in 4 years. Like, it was just like being around my brethren in Florida in Fort Myers, Florida was one of the best decisions I ever made. I was like, I went to go, I saw Bach. I went and stayed with Dan Bach for a night down there in Florida where he was at the time. He's in Nashville now, but he was in Florida. So I flew down, stayed with him for a night, stayed in a hotel for a night, went to like 3 spring training games for the Red Sox, all 3 with the Yankees. That was when like buying spring training games for the Red Sox was like 5 times face value.
Right.
It was super expensive to get in, but I had a media credential, so I went and covered it. It was tremendous.
Oh,
It was so fun.
You were living fever pitch. That's a good point, Covey. Yeah.
In a lot of ways, yeah. I mean, I wasn't there because I wasn't there in 2004 for the championship. I was in Alabama for the championship. So, like, I was like, fine, I'm getting on a plane and flying to Fort Myers because it's a quick flight from Huntsville to Fort Myers.
You had to go get your Boston fix, like
Correct.
shooting in your arm.
I had to go get that.
Let me go hear
before
smell
the
this,
tattoo.
taste this.
Before the tattoo, I had to go with my people. Yeah, just to absorb it, to be around it because I had missed it in October. So I was like, I'm going to spring training and going to watch the Yankees. Because, I mean, we just had done that remember, the Red Sox had just come back from the greatest comeback in sports history, down 0-3 to the Yankees.
Don't let us win one.
And I was back. The next time the Red Sox saw the Yankees was spring training, and I was there for that. So I wasn't there for the great comeback, but I was there for at least the rubbing it in and making sure everybody in New York knew that was going on.
That's your favorite part.
Oh, it was by far my favorite part. By far my favorite part. Winning is awesome. Slamming it down New York's throat is even better. Like, that's just absolutely taking it and just it's so good.
Now, who's saying what? Context.
So good.
Taking it and ramming it down their throat.
In every context you want to take that, it works. In every single context. Okay. Whatever innuendo you want to make, that's great. Okay. That is perfect. Whatever visualization you need for that, that's what that means. 100% with what the Red Sox and Boston did to New York. 100% what they did. All right. What happened last night? Speaking of New York, Rangers won game 2, double overtime, 4-3. I mean, Igor was stupid in overtime. I don't know how the hell Carolina didn't score, but is this series over or just beginning?
Oh, I think it's far from over.
Okay.
Oh, I think it's far from over. That building tomorrow, 4:00 Pacific, is going to be, I don't know. I mean, this is why you watch playoff hockey, for what that game was last night. That was so good. That wasn't a penalty. The power play at overtime was not a penalty.
In the double overtime?
Yeah, you can't call that. You cannot call that. I mean,
it was a makeup.
Lost his balance. I mean, he pushed him a little and he went.
It was a makeup call. They gave Carolina a power play, so they gave New York one. Just a makeup call. That was just
like, you can see it when you know it's going to happen. Like,
right
when you're on that side, you got that gift and you didn't score in the power play. Okay, don't do nothing because they're going to do something. They're going to call it. And the Rangers capitalized on it
because their power play is so much better than Hurricanes power play. Hurricanes power play is ice.
It's not. They're not scoring. They're getting shots on goal and moving the puck around and stuff, but they're not doing anything. It has to be impactful. I don't know.
Best power play in the game. The Rangers have the best power play in the game. You go in the box, you're going to lose. You cannot take power plays. Cannot take penalties and give them power plays. They're just, especially in that building.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Oh man. The building was electric. I was on last night with Wetzel. All the guys in the back, the producers, they all had the Rangers. They were screaming every time they scored. Like, people that aren't hockey fans are now in. They're in.
Of course.
They're caught up. And, I heard Messier between periods talking about 94, and I remember that like it was yesterday. And I think it's just starting. It is people that think this series are going to be sweeps. There's a bet on FanDuel that Wetzel brought up yesterday. Will there be 0 sweeps, 1 sweep, 2 sweeps, 3 sweeps, or 4 sweeps at the NHL?
The rest of the way?
You could have bet it yesterday. I don't know what it is today, but somebody in the chat find it. I haven't looked yet. I was ready to wire him money. Minus 185 on no sweeps. There ain't going to be no sweeps. Boston ain't sweeping Florida.
You can bet it here. You don't have to wire him money.
They don't have it.
You're sure? Boy,
I looked.
Oh.
I almost made a trip to the joint yesterday,
to Arizona
last night, to go make a play because there ain't going to be no sweeps. It was minus 185. What's wrong with laying 185 and all the other team one? If it gets to 3-0, you can, get out of it if you need to. But do you think there's going to be a sweep in any of these series?
The rest of the way.
The bet was, will any NHL series, how many NHL series will there be a sweep? And there was a price for every one. You know, like all 4 being a sweep was ridiculous. Oh, you know where they got it? Butchie, you're in the same boat as us. People take your work.
That's
use it for their own.
tremendous. I know where they
It's
got
great.
it. That's
I love
good.
this guy.
That's
I
great.
love this guy.
I don't think there will be, but I have a little bit of a pause based upon who could win. Like if Vancouver beats Edmonton, could Vancouver get swept by Colorado or Dallas?
No. In the second round.
Oh, this round. I thought you meant the rest of the playoffs.
The bet was the second round of the
Oh.
playoffs.
Kylie, what are you
second
doing?
round
Okay,
of
wait.
Kylie, hold on. What?
Come on. It ain't happening.
Kai, what's
Come on.
happened to you?
East Coast bias.
You got East Coast bias now?
And your daughter's got East Coast bias.
What happened to you?
Look out.
What
Drinking the Ranger Kool-Aid.
Oh,
that
I
New
guess
York
the Knights
media.
lost, so she's just going on with the Rangers. Sent me a text specific. Don't ever wear the A's stuff again. You believe this? My daughter. She said you can't wear the A's stuff. I'm an A's fan, and stop wearing the A's stuff.
I mean, she wants her team to win. She's aggravated. She thinks you're a mush.
A lot of people do. I love it. I wear the stuff it wins. They don't say nothing. I wear the stuff and it loses. Everybody comes at you. Don't wear that stuff. Really?
It's nonsense.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
Carolina at home is a much different team. Okay, like
they're going to win a game.
They're going to win game 3, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, I'm
what?
on plus.
Did you see the line for that? Minus 170. Yeah.
I'm on plus 120 already for the Carolina Hurricanes to come back and win the series, and I'm literally contemplating adding and betting more on Carolina to win the series. I don't think they're out of it. They win game 3. They win game 4.
It's that old adage. Barkley said it. The series don't start till the road team wins a game. I mean, we're in the midst of it. The Rangers won both games at home. Somehow they were dogs. Both games at home. Okay, they're not dogs now. I mean, they're big dogs now.
Yeah,
on the road.
Yeah,
Dallas. P-Roll, that was a crusher.
I mean, you're up 3-0 and you lose the game 4-3 in overtime. Like, what's up with them in home ice? What's Dallas's problem? They can't win at home.
Oh,
you saw it in the second period. As you saw the ice start to shift, you started to see the power plays come to life for Colorado. And Makar is just a different type of dude on the blue line.
Dear Lord.
Like, it's like, where are you? He's a UMass kid, so I love him. So I always watch Cale Makar because he took my school to that to win the only hockey national championship UMass has ever won. Cale Makar was on the team that did it, and mostly because of him, because he's different. You've talked about like watching different skaters. You're watching guys skate.
Oh,
Cale Makar on the blue line is a different type of dude. Like, he just looks so different than every other defenseman. He has I don't know what you call it, a howitzer, a rocket launcher for a shot, but he's so big, he's so physical, and he's so fast that it's like, damn, that guy's good. Him and McKinnon, McKinnon scored that goal to make it, it was 3-2. He made it 3-2, and it was like, he had no reaction. It was his 47th playoff goal, and like, guys who score in the playoffs are like, yes. McKinnon was like, okay, whatever. Like, it's so interesting to see guys who are just goal scorers that playoff goals are just goals.
He knew the job wasn't done.
Right.
Like, they're different. Guys like him are different. I mean, him and Crosby from the same place, up in Prince Edward Island. He's been that way since he came up, and now he's that leader. He's like, yeah, I scored. We're going to score again.
What? Let's go. Right.
Let's
go back.
Let's go. We got to do it again. We're down. They didn't panic down 3-0, and they got the next goal. Those 3-0 leads, we used to say it in the book. They're the dreaded 3-goal lead.
I think it's a 2-goal lead.
Or the next one.
Right.
Well, the 2-goal leads disappear quickly, but a 3-goal lead feels pretty comfortable. The odds jump way up. And I mean, a lot of people think he's a cyborg, AOW.
He knows no emotion. He scores. He was just like, okay, like, roll back, let's go again. Like, it was wild. It's like 47 goals. He made it 3-2. All that momentum, everything's going right now for Colorado, and he's just like, whatever.
Yeah, right.
Whatever. Like, let's keep going, guys. Whatever. Like, I love it. He's a fun guy to watch. They're a hard team to dislike. I really like Colorado a lot. I love Makar. Georgiev's the problem, right? I mean, he's their problem.
Well,
you need Georgiev.
He was their solution because once they gave up 3,
he
played
stopped
pretty well.
Yeah, but he still gave up 3.
Really well.
He gave up enough. He gave up 3, put him in that hole, but then he was able to come and rally and do a good job to win the game 4-3 in overtime. But man, that's a deflating loss for Dallas to be up 3-0 at home, thinking you're going up 1-0, and then you lose home ice. Like, ouch, that's tough. We mentioned it in the open about how much better the NHL playoffs have been than the NBA playoffs. The Thunder just kicked the Mavericks up and down the court last night. 117-95 was the final.
Oy.
Luka looks, I don't know, would you keep playing him? 19 points on 6 of 19 shooting, but the sprained knee, he can't move. Like, I feel bad for him.
Would you keep playing him?
How much do you want to shoot him up and just like, I don't know, is somebody else out there that could give you a better defensive effort to help you with the incredible wing scores? I mean, SGA went for 29, 9, and 9 last night. Like, it's just they're younger. This looks like only one game, okay? But after the first game, I was like, well, that looks like Minnesota against Denver.
Doesn't it?
Quicker, more athletic, younger, hungrier. Like, Dallas is out there playing. Dallas is playing a February game. These guys are playing for blood. OKC is playing for their life. It's unbelievable to watch.
And they have the same belief in themselves, in each other, that Minnesota has. That was fun. I mean, and again, I was only watching it between periods. I kept checking the score. I was waiting for it to get close.
The greatest thing so far that has entered my life in the last 2 years from a sports perspective is YouTube TV's dual screen. The ability to watch
the audio with that.
Yeah, go back and forth.
Okay.
I toggle back and forth. When one team's in, first period's over, you go to basketball. Basketball at halftime, go back to hockey. So last night you have 4. You have 4 games. You have 2 and 2. It was unbelievable. I watched all 4 games. Like, it's the best thing. And when you have a big screen TV, you have 2 really big screens. It's tremendous.
Right.
I mean, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's awesome. I agree with you, TP. I mean, it really is one of those like really cool things that I don't have to toggle back and forth. And you just watch it back and forth. And I'm in love with it for the playoffs because I just leave it on. And like, I don't have to move. It's just the games are double headers. Both channels don't move. So watching both those games, all 4 of those games last night was super fun and just really, I like OKC a lot. I like them a lot.
Did you actually watch the Boston game?
The Celtics game?
Yeah.
Of course. They scored 40 in the first quarter. I told you they were going to score
from that.
The Cleveland sucks. That's what I took away from that.
You said that last week.
Cleveland sucks.
I got that clip teed up for tomorrow.
Okay.
Cleveland we can use today's show for that.
I mean, go ahead. I mean, what do you want? Like, are you kidding me? Jason Tatum can't hit a 3 to save his life, and they're up by 25. like Derek White's the best player on Boston. He still can. He still is. I mean, unless you stop Derek White, and no coach is going to say that publicly. No coach will go to a podium and say we have to stop Derek White. It's unbelievable. I love it. It's absolutely. It's incredible.
Hitting threes
over and over and over and over. He's wide open.
Somebody and now cover that guy.
Now he's cocky about it. Now it's like dribble, top of the key, step back, bang. It's like, I'm like, okay, here we go. And then Jaylen Brown played really well last night. I mean, he was in attack mode. Like, they're doing this. Porzingis hasn't played yet. Wait till Porzingis plays.
I didn't even want to mention it, but it wasn't in the rundown. The Celtics was not in the rundown.
Because what am I going to say? What's the point of saying this? This is a quick and easy series. This is not going to be that difficult for Boston. As I said, they'll lose probably 2 games. They're going to lose one game where they're going to fall asleep and you're going to go, what the hell was that? And then one game, Mitchell will go for 100 points and they'll lose that game. But it's 4-2 or 4-1. One or the other.
It's not a sweep.
I could be, but I don't know. Again, this Celtics team doesn't have that dog in them. They don't have that, like, we're going to take your throat out and beat you in 4 games. Watch game 2 will be much different. Game 2 will be bad. Boston will just lollygag around. They may win. They may lose. This is what they do. They play with their food. They play with their food. They're just going to go
line
like,
is 13 and a
Yeah.
half.
I would probably bet
To
Cleveland.
start.
I'd probably bet Cleveland, unless Boston somehow has figured out that it's the playoffs and you're supposed to curb stomp these kids when their teeth are on the curb. You break their face. Like, that's what you're supposed to do. So let's see if they do it. But I don't know, because if Tatum gets hot in game 2, it's over. Like, it's done. Because he's getting big criticism right now about he can't hit a 3, save his life. He hasn't scored well. Brown played great. White played tremendous. Pritchard played great last night. I mean, Pritchard was knocking down shots like crazy last night. They just have so many weapons offensively. Cleveland can't keep up.
The series line, I just looked, is Boston minus 80 to 1. You got to put up $80 to win $1. I didn't even know that the software could
Holy
go that
crap.
high.
Is that true, Nikki? Boston's now minus 130 to win it all?
Yeah, they moved to the minus money favorite. Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah.
After that win, they went from even money to minus 130?
Think about the path. It's the path. If the Pacers win tonight, this is going 6 or 7.
Okay.
I mean, I still think it could go 6 or 7, even if they lose. Boston's not even going to, it's not going to be much of a stress. You just said it. So you got to move the money to the favorite. What would the price be with Boston against Minnesota?
It's still even money at DK? That's a huge difference. 30 cents?
That ain't that big of a difference.
No.
No. But if we were in the room today,
30-cent difference.
Would you make them a favorite? The minus money favorite? They're already the favorite.
Yeah, I just leave them where they are. I just as the favorite,
Plus money though. People are going to bet them.
Even money.
Minus 105, minus 110. Come and get it.
Yeah, I guess so. It's not horrible. Look, I think both OKC, as a Celtics fan, here's what I want. I want OKC in Minnesota to kill each other for 7 games. Just kill the hell out of each other, because both of them are really, really dangerous. Both of them, just eye test wise, watching what OKC in Minnesota are going to bring to the finals, whichever one gets there, because one of the two are getting there in my mind.
Right.
I don't mean to totally disparage Denver and the Mavericks, but
you just did.
I just did.
Totally
Sorry.
just besmirched both of them.
Sorry. They're both losing. And
bam!
I can't wait to see. I would lean towards Minnesota on that, but OKC is going to have a lot to say. Boston matches up better with OKC than they do up against Minnesota. The size of Minnesota makes Porzingis an incredibly important part of Boston's defense.
Right.
Uh-oh. That's a big uh-oh.
Yeah.
So I have the same feeling about the Timberwolves that I had about Denver. It's what happens in the paint around the rim that worries me a tremendous amount. And that's why I think if it is Minnesota against Boston, I think the T-Wolves are the better bet. OKC, not so much. I'm not so worried about OKC. I think Boston will beat OKC. Don't think they'll beat Minnesota, though. So, Kornet, how many layups that guy got to miss, Jimmy Jack, last night? Kornet missed like 100 layups last night. It's ridiculous. It fell 59 in the first half. It should have been like 68. He missed so many layups.
I know. I wanted to talk about that. That's why when you didn't have it in the rundown, I was like, we're not even going to mention that first half sweat. The first quarter was 40 points. I didn't sweat that bet.
It got there with 3 minutes to go. It wasn't that big of a sweat. They just didn't score in the last 3 minutes. Like if you bet, some people laddered it. That was the problem. They bet 58, 59, 60, 61, 62.
Right.
And that didn't get there. So it cleared the 56 and a half easily within, with 3 minutes to go. They had already gone over.
And then they didn't score again.
Right. They had one bucket. It was 59. Yeah. The rest of the way they scored one bucket.
You can't even make it up.
Right.
Like the way it went, you score 40 in the first quarter. Even if they score 25.
Right.
Like in the second quarter, it's supposed to be a smooth, easy. We get the high 50s and the low 60s. We get the speed limit. That's a speed limit. You get to get it to 65.
Yeah.
And it don't get there for them back numbers. in the
Fair
50s.
CBW. You're right. I think it will keep it down. You're right. I bet it'll be rinse and repeat. It'll be 56.5.
We'll bump it up a little. It'll be 58.5.
That's still too low. Should be 61.
Well,
So it should be. It should be 61. That's what it was all year. All year. It was 60.5, 61.5. Those were the numbers that it was like rinse and repeat the books. Once in a while, they dropped down to 58 because Boston went like for a month where they kept on going under that number. It was 61, 60.5. And it was like they led 56, 55, 57. Like they go under. And then they adjusted to 58. And then Boston started going back over again. So if you put up under 59, it's an auto play. It's an automatic bet if it's under 59.
I think that's 59 and a half is probably the number. That's
Well, that will give me pause. Give me 59 and a half. I'll pause. Okay.
Right.
I'll
That's
go, okay.
pause
Okay.
Good.
That's a pause
Right.
number for me.
That's all I want you to do is the guy in the book. That's all I want you to do. Pause.
You give me 56 and a half. I'm not even like, I'm not even blinking. Fire.
Right.
50, even 57 and a half. Fire. Get to 58. I go, all right, I take it, but I'm a little concerned. 59 and a half. I go, okay. Let's think. Let's look at this a little more and figure it out. It's 58 and a half.
There you go.
Fire.
Minus 118 to the
Don't
over.
go heavy, but fire.
So
Take the over, but it's probably going to be somewhere around that 58, 59, 60 number for Boston. And you might need, Pritchard's 3 at the end of the first quarter. That was pretty big. Ended up being a pretty big shot for some people who bet it late. It was 57 and a half or 58, and you probably were sweating that 3 a little bit. So minus 102 on FanDuel for
with the same number,
58 and a half.
Oh, okay. That's good work, Nathan.
Yeah, I like that better. Let's
Let me take a 20-second timeout real quick. I just retweeted the show on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. So, some people jumped in and they're watching the show. Thank you guys for being here. I just want to welcome Capel Bansel to the show.
Hi.
He just said it in response to me tweeting the show. I never realized how profitable it can be. I recently started trading with Rebecca Trade FX, and I've made up to $250 per week with an initial investment of
Why are you reading
$2,500.
Why are you reading the bots?
I can't help it. It's such good content. I can now take care of my financial needs.
This is on
with
Twitter.
everything
if you
going
read the
on.
bots are going to be on more. We're on X right now.
So wait, so the bots come more when I read the bots stuff?
Yes, like your phone. You can't talk about the bots. It's like Fight Club. We don't talk about Fight Club. We talk about the bots.
Really?
You don't want to do that. No, yes, don't.
Damn it.
Careful. Complete and total bot, without a doubt.
Oh my God.
Yeah, let's see. Do I have a bot? Yes, I do have a bot. There you go. I have one as well. No payment needed. Just join for free. It's free for confidence. 2 fixed correct scores. Score 3, 3 and 2, double correct scores, plus 205 odds. DM me or click my bio for soccer, I guess. Something. I don't know what it is.
Should they come on the show? We have openings.
Nekos Acta.
Yeah.
Who's that? Who's Eth Nekos Acta?
I don't know. I mean, if you're going to read it, you should pronounce their name correctly.
I never heard of it before. I don't know what sport that is. What sport is that? I don't even know. I don't even know.
Yeah. I had a segment on cash considerations. We called it Bot or Not. And I used to read some of these questionable follows.
Interesting. Yeah.
Different world out there in the Twitter.
Amen to that. Murray not suspended. $100,000 fine for throwing the hot water bottle and a towel at a referee. Correct?
JY came on with us yesterday on Sports Grid and said he disagreed with it. He should have been suspended. And he said if the Nuggets were up 2-0, he would have been suspended.
He's right. I would agree. Yes.
The series result dictates the action?
Yep. Because they don't want their thumb on the scale. That's the NBA for you. I agree with JY. I think he's absolutely right. Yep. I think he's absolutely right. Yep. It's far more damaging to the defending champs down 0-2 on the road at Minnesota to play without Jamal Murray, to actively suspend him, to say you're out, choose to put him on the sidelines for an act he did in game 2.
Oh.
If it's 2-0, yep, NBA does it without a question of a doubt. Yep, they do it. Because then it makes it 2-1. Now you got a series. Now you don't need, the extender. You're not looking at referees to help you.
This sounds absurd when you're talking about this out loud.
Okay, might be absurd, but
Somebody in
it's the
the
NBA.
office said, "We'll just give them a suspension. They're already down 2-0." Or
Somebody
give them a
somebody
fine.
said, "What do you do?" $100,000 fine. It's not a lot. That's not a cheap fine. It's $100,000.
Right?
They hit him with a heavy fine. It shows you that they wanted to suspend him, but they couldn't.
Wow.
100 dimes in the pocket. It's not exactly a light slap on the wrist.
I don't know.
That's heavy.
It is?
For anyone in the NBA, yeah, normally fines are 25,000. This is 4 times what you normally see.
As far as comparable suspensions, yes, but like it's I gotta guess they gotta do something because I can't have people throwing stuff on the court.
I would agree.
So you gotta do something. Otani. Well, she's on a roll today. Otani,
His translator.
his translator will
loan it
loan
to
it to him. We're
a
never
loan.
getting off late night, Butchie. Keep
It's
up the
a
good
loan.
work.
It's a loan. That's great. It's a loan. That's tremendous. All right. You may want listening glasses on for this next segment because this is something. I mean, this is, you want to talk about like weird conversations. Commissioner Rob Manfred said Major League Baseball was, quote, dragged into legalized sports betting. He then praises the integrity of legalization, but claiming that they had no choice. That Major League Baseball had absolutely no choice, that they had to go with legalized sports wagering. What is going on?
I don't even know what position that you would put the league in to say you have to go. Do we? What if we don't? You can't. You're part of this suit. You're part of this not suit.
But you fought it. You fought it and you fought it. Just say we don't want it.
Yeah.
Just say we filed countersuit after countersuit to stop this from happening. So we're not going to do it.
No, they can't.
His full quote was, "We were kind of dragged into legalized sports betting as a litigant in a case that ended up going to the Supreme Court. Having said that, I recognize, probably better today than we were involved in that litigation, that one of the advantages of legalization is it's a heck of a lot easier to monitor what's going on than it is in a legal operation." What are you talking about?
What exactly does that mean? I need a follow-up question.
Dragged into it. Can we please see how many teams in Major League Baseball, how many of the 30 MLB teams have official sports betting partners now?
All of them.
All of them.
All of them.
What do you mean you were dragged into this? You went in head first. All of you. The league has official partners. The team has official partners. You have literally every broadcast has sports betting content pre, in-game, and post-game.
Absolutely.
Like,
I mean, I don't know how you drag someone into that and on the way say, well, let's be official partners and that doesn't feel like dragged. That feels like, okay. I mean, if you had to do it, you were forced to do it. You were dragged into it. They did a pretty good deal about getting the money because they took the money. I mean, you're at the game. There's either, DraftKings, FanDuel, Bet365, BetMGM, Caesars, ads in the ballpark. I mean, in the ballpark. I was just in Oakland. There were more ads than people in the stands.
For what?
Sports books.
Books or prize picks?
That too. All of it.
There are books in California. There's advertising for the A's for books.
I swear I saw DraftKings and BetMGM stuff.
Oh, for DFS. For DFS. Yes, because DFS is legal in California.
Yeah. I swear.
So technically it's a sports book, but it's a sports book like crossover.
Well,
they're branding.
It is.
They're branding, but it's for their DFS product. Okay.
It's on outfield walls. I mean, they put the stuff on the DraftKings on the Green Monster.
Oh, yeah. Well, that makes sense. It's legal in Boston. It's legal in Massachusetts. Yeah. I mean, look, Vegas books advertise in California all the time. Like, I understand that. That's fine. But that's in the ballpark in California is interesting because that's the big state that everybody's trying to lay the groundwork for when they go legal. everybody knows who's legal and who you can use.
Well, I mean, it's advertising. Circuit does it in San Diego because people from San Diego come to Vegas and they can come here, but it's brand recognition.
Yeah.
That's the catch in all of this. There's another article too that, we'll discuss more tomorrow. I sent you the link to about these deals that all of these leagues made.
Well, they're so in debt. I mean, Caesars till 2040.
Buried.
600 million till 2040.
Money they wasted in being, putting in
yes. The answer to that is yes. DFS is legal in California, but not sports betting. That's correct.
Correct. And I don't know if it ever will be.
Ever?
Somebody's got to really push the needle and deliver basically the GDP of a small country to the right people to get this thing in California to go. I just think it's so. Does it feel hollow and disingenuous for him to even say that?
Oh, it's bad. I mean, the idea that he ends it. See, we find ourselves in this world, and you can make an argument from an integrity perspective. We're in a better position. What? You just had the whole Ohtani thing, guy.
Wow.
Like you have a federal investigation going on. Are you claiming that legalization is what caused you to catch Ohtani's interpreter betting offshore with an illegal or a local bookie? Huh? What are you talking about? Like, this is bizarre. Like, what do you mean you're in a better position? Like, for what? Financially? Of course you are. You took the money. Like, can we just be honest? Can we just be honest? Like, there are broadcasting rights disputes going on all over Major League Baseball. There are companies who are broadcasting games right now who will not be broadcasting games in 2 years.
Right.
There's problems. There's Major League Baseball media-wise is in trouble. Now, it'll all work out, but where do we go with the games? And so an influx of money from the sports betting world was exactly what baseball needed.
Or thought they needed.
No, they needed the money. What it looks like long-term, but they needed the money. They needed to get that money coming in to help fund all sorts of different things. Teams are taking back their broadcasts in-house, saying, hey, we'll do it now. We'll have the distribution. We'll have it over rabbit ears. We'll do different things. They need the money to do that. Sports betting's giving them the chance to do that. So
has it though?
Yeah, I think that. I mean, in the grand scheme of things,
not nearly as much money as they thought.
Maybe, but the money's still there. It's still big money. It's still big dollars.
What did they think was going to happen when they did all this?
Oh, well, that's a better interest. The better question is, you took the money, you started all of this. You didn't get dragged. You jumped in head first.
Well, they were able to keep it at a distance until the Supreme Court pushed it through.
Right, but they didn't have to say yes.
Okay, now what do we do?
But they could have said it's illegal.
Well, you're
a private
lost
entity.
The case.
Correct, but you're a private entity. You could say, hey, guess what, guys? You can't have an official sports book. You can't have that. They're going to take bets on your games, and you're going to have no connection to it whatsoever, just like you used to never have any connection to it. But you didn't want that. You wanted a piece of it.
Money.
You wanted the Sport Radar deal. You wanted all the different information deals. You wanted the streaming dollars. You wanted all the money.
The money.
So don't tell me you went kicking and screaming. You could have kept baseball away from betting, even in states where betting is legal. You just chose to get involved. I don't blame you. I would too. A lot of money there. Yeah. But the idea that you were like, man, it was really tough. We sat around like, do we want to do this? I don't know. Like you were Scrooge McDuck in the vault, spitting gold coins out of your mouth.
And it was one of those things where those of us that have been in it a long, long time were saying, well, geez, this is great. What could go wrong? Well, this, and this, but you didn't want to listen. And now you're touting you're in a better position, with the integrity unit and all this other stuff. I don't know what unit they're talking about. That's pretty interesting. I'd love to apply for that unit. I'd love to be on there because I could tell you what could happen, what might happen, what has probably already happened. And if you don't prepare yourself for it now, you have a problem. reactive is not be proactive in life, right? We
Yeah.
always try to be proactive as dads, as brothers, sons, as moms, wives, sisters, whatever role you're in, you try to be proactive. You can't see everything, but to say that you didn't see this or you were dragged in, I saw it and I went, yep, we got to talk about this on the show because it's not good. Again, what are we doing? They're going to end partnerships now?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not even, no. They're going to sign more of them. They're not going to end partnerships. They're going to sign more partnerships. They're going to sign as many as they possibly can. Take the money while it's here because it may not be here for much longer. So better take as much money off the table as you possibly can if you're Major League Baseball. Time for Ohtani Watch. All right, for Ohtani Watch, Marlins stay in town. Ohtani does not hit a home run, so he does not go 4 straight games with a home run. 0 for 2 with 2 walks and a run scored in an 8-2 win over the Miami Marlins. Dodgers have now won 6 in a row and 13 of 15 here for LA. Looking at the Dodgers and looking at Ohtani going forward, like how many, I mean, this looks like a streak. Their schedule looks like they may go for 13 and 15 is impressive, but they may do that 20-2 run that I talked about.
Yeah, no question.
They're on pace for it. Like, it's almost like you put the Dodgers in your, like, everything. Just put it in going forward.
I don't think trying to pick when it's not going to work is probably not a good idea.
Right.
I think you either have to do Dodgers or do nothing. Like, right? Because
1-0 LA right now, by the way, bottom second. Ohtani Caden his first at bat. Solo shot for Hernandez. No, Freeman.
They're already opening up a lead in the division.
Yep.
It's already happening. Let's see. Hold on. Let me see who they play after today.
They just start to play. Their schedule gets very advantageous.
Let's see. So we got
Marlins now.
Oh, they got weekend series at the Padres. That's not easy.
They kind of own them.
And then they go to the Giants.
Kind of own them.
Games are,
kind of own them.
So they got
their division games,
3,
but
4, 5, 6 game road trip in the division.
They should go 4-2 or 5-1.
4-2 on that trip.
Yeah,
they could go 3-3.
Could, but doubt it. Then they come home for the Reds, then the D-backs, then the Reds on the road, then the Mets. Then they go in the month of June. June gets a little tough. Beginning of June's easy. Colorado and the Pirates. And then you play the Yankees on the road. Texas comes in. Royals come in.
Did the Pirates just lose to the Angels? What the? Oh,
today?
They just, 5-4 final day game.
Yeah.
Sweet Blue from the 4-1-2 was there. Rainmaker 5-1-2.
Sorry.
Damn it. Oh,
yeah. So they have, they won 3 in a row. So they lost 5, won 3, lost 2.
Dear Lord, they have a 3-game series at Pittsburgh on June 4th, 5th, and 6th. And then they have a 3-game series at the Yankees on 7, 8, 9. What is their record going to be before then?
Pirates or the Cubs? Pirates or the Dodgers?
The Dodgers. The Dodgers. So the rest of the month of June or the rest of the month of May. 6 on the road, Padres, Giants. 4 home against Reds, 3 home against Diamondbacks, then at Reds, then at Mets. And then they go home against Colorado. Geez. Yeah. What is their record right now? They could have 10, 11 more wins. Oh my God.
The 25-13 right now. Like, this is the team we thought they were going to be.
Hello.
Shohei's batting .365 with 11 home runs and 27 RBIs. Mookie's got 27 RBIs. Here they go. Like, look out. Their numbers. What's the highest money line price you've ever seen for a Major League Baseball team?
Minus 550.
Yeah, it'll get beat at some point this year.
You think?
Yeah. Yeah. When they're playing the Rockies at home.
It was during the bubble.
Okay.
Purdom wrote a story about it. He called me. Verlander was at home against the Tigers. It was minus 550, and he lost 1-0. 2020, the summer. Nobody at the park. Remember it like it was yesterday.
Butchie says
Win the next 5.
Yep. I think he's right.
Do you bet Ohtani to hit a home run every day? That one's tough.
Yeah, it's, he was 0 for against Cabrera. That's why it was plus 310 yesterday, and he went 0 for 2.
Yeah.
So that's why that number was where that number was. But it's going to be interesting. Time for the Brigade Proxy Service story of the day. And I'm telling you ahead of time just to warn you. So just to warn you, I don't want to blow your speakers. So just
like when we tell Will, we might swear, we say, sorry, Will.
Heads up. Here comes a stinger. Look out.
Stinger!
702-570-8255. Put that into your phone. That's the Brigade Proxy Service text number. If you want to tell us you're coming to town, you want to hire the Brigade Proxy Service to be your proxy for this upcoming football season. I know it's only May, but there's football around the corner. Circa Million, Circa Survivor. It's getting close. They'll tell you soon, real soon, when they will open up for registration for both the Million and the Survivor here for 2024.
Yep.
Come to Vegas. Text us 702-570-8255 or go to thebvbshow.com. Go there and fill out the form and tell us, hey guys, coming into town, make the appointment to be part of the Brigade Proxy Service this coming year. Good call, Nikki. You predicted that story.
Is Nikki contributing to the rundown now? Good
He's
job,
not,
Nikki.
He's not, but he knew he predicted what it was going to be. The report is that the NFL schedule will be released on April the 15th. That is literally one day from when you and I will be in Chicago for our live show. We're going to literally get our entire show done for us. It's literally going to be done for us when we get to Chicago. Just Bears season breakdown. That's easy. We'll have their schedule.
Season breakdown?
Yeah. We're in Chicago. We'll have all Bears fans. We're going to be on the TVs. And with all Chicago people, what are you going to do? Break down the Lions schedule?
They're already doing that there, though.
Yeah, but
why are we going to come in a road game?
Because we can make
talk
numbers
about their stuff.
Because now we can make numbers on all the division teams. We can make numbers on what they're going to be.
They're already up.
No, but we can make our number though. They're all going to move. Once you get the schedule, they'll move. Yeah, get the schedule. They'll move half of this, half of that. They'll move around based on the schedule. People will bet them.
Yeah, I did say that yesterday on Sports Grid. That the day that their schedule's released, some people will take shots and make bets, and there's a little bit of action. It's way less than people think, though.
This is my point, though, JR. I want to do that. I want to do that.
Break down the Packers schedule in Chicago. You'll end up in the lake. We will not end up in the lake.
But I want to do that. It'll be fun.
I can swim. I'll be fine.
I think it'll be fun to break down the Packers schedule in Chicago.
I think we should break down the Lions schedule.
That too. Whole division. Let's do the whole division. We'll go through every division schedule. We'll put it on the screen. We'll have a whole rundown. It'll be awesome.
Minnesota. We're going to have to do Minnesota.
Of course. Be awesome.
We're not doing Minnesota.
Why not?
Minnesota's living it up right now. The Twins are rolling.
Okay.
And the T-Wolves are on fire. We'll be talking about the T-Wolves being in the Western Conference Finals by then, maybe.
Okay. But we'll be in Chicago.
We'll talk about the Vikings.
No, they don't care about them there, but it'll be fun. I'm completely excited to go and check out what that's going to look like, how it's going to go. Really? Okay.
What happened?
I hate that I don't remember certain things that I schedule for cars to be delivered, and a guy just sent me the email and said, "See you tomorrow," and he's bringing me a car that I did not know I was supposed to be getting brought.
Oh,
so that was interesting. I have 2 cars this week. I have 3 cars this week. This is kind of advantageous. I didn't know that.
One? That's great.
You can borrow one. Yeah, you want one? You want the Nissan? You can have the Nissan. Yeah,
perfect.
You can have the Nissan if you need it.
All right, good. I do need to. I will borrow the car. That's good. There are a bunch of Packers fans in Chicago. Dave's Daily Picks said.
Yes, that's true.
AOWN, sorry, 2 days in a row. The Vikings catching strays. You're right. I mean, it's true. It's too early to talk about the Vikings.
Can we say one thing about your team, though, for a second?
What?
Do you know you're the Falcons North now? Are you ready for this? I mean, Arthur Smith has signed 4 players that played in the Falcons last year. You're the Falcons North.
Not Arthur Smith is the offensive coordinator.
Correct.
4 guys that played on the Falcons last year.
Yes. You don't know this? He signed 4 guys that played on his offense last year.
Really?
Uh-huh. Are now Steelers. You're the Falcons North.
I didn't eat breakfast yet, but that didn't give me no warm, fuzzy feeling.
Although Cordell Patterson is a nice pickup for you guys, I will say.
Oh, for sure.
That's a nice pickup.
Yeah, only because he was a Patriot at one point.
True. Very true.
Yeah, that's
Very
why
true.
you like that guy.
Very true. Yes. the Steel Falcons.
It's not funny, Mikey. That's not funny. What are you laughing at?
Everyone just told me he's only the OC. Yeah, he's only the OC, but he's just signing 4 players. I mean, they're just giving him whatever he wants.
Yeah, he's not signing them, but he's telling them to sign them. So we'll see how this goes. I mean, you get that position, you want to get your guys, or at least guys you think can do the job. This is
with Russ.
That was a prolific offense, one you would want to copy. Whitrock. Why are you laughing? This is please.
I love this.
Pirates
this
are
is
going
so fun.
south.
This is so
the Penguins are shit. Sorry, Will. And now I gotta be in your misery. Like with the Steelers is my only hope.
Steel Falcon does sound like a cool superhero, though, Mikey.
No, it does not.
It does. A Steel Falcon does sound like a cool superhero. I like that. Yeah, that's a comic book character. The Steel Falcons.
Please,
it's great.
What?
It's tremendous.
Russell Wilson is the starting quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
And your backup quarterback's your punt returner.
Is it? Isn't it enough? Bino Cook said, haven't they suffered enough? The season hasn't even started. This is not funny.
It's going to be such a fun year.
It's not.
The Steelers. It really is. It's going to be a riot.
It's not. It's really not. I mean, it might be good content, but
drama. I told you when they got Russ. Drama. Makes no sense. The most non-drama liking team, although they did have Antonio Brown and other guys who.
There was a lot of drama before in them rooms, and then they won. They
calmed it
still
down.
won. So if they find a way to win, at least, be competitive, maybe make the playoffs, they're still the lowest season win team in a division, and they're still the longest odds to win a division.
He can't snap that under 500 streak, though. He can't blow that this year. He's fired if he does.
He brought in all the Steel Falcons. I mean, this is, we're good.
If Tomlin does go over 500, I would agree, but he's never gone under 500.
Yeah.
I mean, if he does it this year, see you later. Like, he's out.
So they're not adding a game. We had a pretty good conversation yesterday about adding again. They're not adding no games this year, right?
Oh, they can't. No. This is for the new TV contract. Okay. 2026 is when they're talking about doing that. You know what's wild? They fire Tomlin. Do you know who your coach is going to be?
Hold on. Let me get the dark listing glasses for this. I'm not ready. No, I don't. Who?
Belichick.
No.
You don't want Bill?
It's not going to happen.
Oh, I think it's going to happen. If they fire him, if they fire Tomlin, Belichick's the guy.
No way.
Okay. It's what Bill wants.
The
Bill's
ultimate irony. I don't even know what to say right now from that. That would be wow.
He wants to coach 4 teams. Belichick does.
You can only coach one at a time. What do you?
I know, but there are 4 jobs he wants. He wants historic Giants. He wants the Cowboys. He wants the Steelers. And I think he would have taken a job on the West Coast if it was offered to him, but I don't think he'd rather not. He wants to stay in the Northeast region if possible. But Pittsburgh, Steelers, strong ownership. He knows him well. Cowboys, historic brand, knows the owner. Get out of the way, Jerry. Giants, obviously. I mean, his ties to the Giants are historic. So those are the jobs he wants. He's not, I mean, the Falcon thing was always weird. And Philly, too. Thank you. I knew there was a 4th one I was forgetting. Philly. Butchie, the Cowboys, absolutely. Yes, 100%. He coached.
Cowboys.
They talked. There were conversations that went on about it. I mean, they asked Bill, and they asked Jerry, would you hire Bill? He said, yes, I would 100% be able to work with Belichick.
Wow. That's crazy.
Those are the 4 jobs. Those are all historic jobs with great owners, with legacy. He knows history. Belichick's a student of the game. Those are the jobs he wants. So you need one of those 4 teams to fire him.
Not ready for all that yet. Not even ready for all that.
Can you imagine the parades in Pittsburgh? You guys would be jumping up and down, popping bottles if you got Belichick to be your coach.
I don't think so.
What?
I don't think so.
The greatest coach of all time. You don't want him in Pittsburgh. Guys, mark this show down, please. Because I think
at the end,
I think when
at the end,
when Belichick coaches the Steelers, Dave's going to have a whole different tune. You're going to have a whole different tune if he goes
I'll
to
have
the
all the
Steelers.
cutoff sweatshirts.
You'll be jumping up and down. There's no debate in my mind. You will be all in. If Belichick is the coach of the Steelers, you will be 100% in on it.
I don't know.
No debate in my mind. You'll be all in on it. It's Belichick. It's the greatest coach of all time. Thank you. Yes. Mark it down.
Oh, noted. Thank you.
I don't know Pittsburgh. What do you mean? What does it matter if I know Pittsburgh or not? I know winning.
No, I don't.
You want to win?
I mean, Linus just came in and said Bill Belichick will be 73 in week 1, 2025.
So, what does that matter?
I don't think so.
I think Bill has got a lot left in the tank. I'm not worried about it.
He's going on the speaking circuit.
Yes, and he's redoing his entire image for that reason. So people stop thinking about him as a grump and a grandpa.
Santana just said old head.
Fine. A lot of old heads in the NFL can win still.
Not now.
They don't let them.
I mean, all the new guys got jobs. Everybody was young. Yeah. It's a revamping, man. I don't think.
Might be a lawsuit coming one down the road.
It's like Vince Lombardi going to coach the Bears.
No. Steelers and Patriots, you guys hate us. We don't hate you. Pittsburgh wasn't relevant.
Everybody hates you.
Yeah. But Pittsburgh was never really relevant to us. Like, it was just like whatever. Like,
it started goes again with the
Pittsburgh
not relevant bullshit.
Just telling you, Steelers were not relevant to the Patriots. We're not a rival. Like, it just wasn't. Like, Patriots owned the Steelers. Brady owned you. Should have gone and bought stock in the Steelers because he owned the Steelers when he played them. Owned the defense. You guys played the same damn zone defense every time, and Brady picked you apart every time. So, like, there wasn't any real, like, we knew Pittsburgh as like, oh yeah, it used to be good. Like that's how Patriot fans dealt with the Steelers. So like there wasn't that.
The Steelers won Super Bowls in the same era as your Patriot Super Bowls too, right? Like they were good long before the Patriots.
Yeah, they were, but we never lost to you. We never lost to you. Like we didn't lose to the Steelers. When we played big games, we beat you. So like whenever we saw them, we owned the Steelers. So there wasn't any there wasn't a worry about like, oh, we lost to the Colts. Okay. We lost to Peyton Manning. We lost to the Broncos. We lost to teams that we were like, gosh, that's a team we got to worry about. We never really worried about the Steelers. It was like when we played the Steelers, we beat the Steelers. It was just happened.
You want truth? Yep. Brother Dan just came in to chat. New England owned the Steelers, so no need to worry about them. They saw the Steelers in the playoffs and knew they had a bye, basically. Don't laugh at his jokes, P-Roll. He's not that funny.
He's right. I mean, look at we were worried about we didn't take the Ravens seriously, and Ray Rice went for 80 yards in the first game and knocked him out. Like there were certain teams that like the Patriots overlooked and got beat by. We didn't have that problem with Pittsburgh. We didn't have a problem overlooking them. We just did.
Give the boys and girls a poll. We haven't had a poll yet today.
Okay.
Do you think the Steelers will hire Bill Belichick? Yes or no?
Well, hold on. You got to fire Tomlin first. You can't say that.
Well, that's the assumption.
If Tomlin wins 10 games or 9 games, you're not firing him. He has to have like a 6-win season.
Okay. So assume that happens. Will the Steelers hire Bill Belichick? Yes or no?
That's not a poll.
Overwhelming.
That's way too hypothetical. It's way too hypothetical. We got to wait a
long
long time.
You already made it 6 minutes on the show.
I said if Mike Tomlin gets fired. Why? I don't know. But if he gets fired, I think Bill Belichick is your coach because I don't think the Dallas Cowboys, they could though. Dallas could have an opening after this year. That's possible. And then Philly, I don't think so. I mean, Philly's defense is going to be unbelievable. Cooper DeJean going to Philadelphia. Like we're not talking nearly enough about that. What a damn draft pick by Philly. Holy crap. That kid's going to be a stud out of Iowa going to that secondary with what they've got right now. My goodness. So I don't think Philly's going to have an opening.
There's
next
a
year.
good poll from Johnny Parlay. Will Bill Belichick ever coach again in the NFL?
Oh, fine. I'll put that up. That's
yes
100%, 100% yes.
See, I think it's a no.
Oh, 100% yes.
Yeah, I think it's done. So, I
think he's 100% next year. I think he's coaching next year. That's why he's doing all this media stuff.
Really?
Yeah, he's doing all the media stuff right now for that very reason.
To just hang around.
No, we're doing a rehab tour. He went to Brady's roast and laughed it up like he's not an old. He's going on Pat's show. He's doing draft coverage. Like he wants to be relevant. He wants to change the narrative around him that he's an old guy. He's a crusty old mean dude that nobody wants him to be there anymore.
Foxborough High, maybe.
That was the joke. That was
pretty good.
That was a good joke on that. All right, tonight, Knicks laying 5 to the Pacers. Totals 218.5.
Dog
Pacers
again, no?
Yeah, I think so. I agree. +5. I like it too. I like the over better, but
right. Is that what it is now? Let me.
Yeah, I bet over 222.5. I have the worst number on the planet.
Wow. Yeah, it's 218.5.
Everyone betting the under. Everyone's betting the under.
Huh. Wow.
I don't get it either. I don't understand. It's like it was 222.5 last night when I bet it. I liked it over then. And now it's just, it went from 221 at open to 222.5 when I bet it. And now it's all the way down to 218.5.
Also, the books did what they needed to do. They needed to go find a top.
Okay.
And they got it. So now it's going down.
My number with the right bet.
Right. You bet it at the top.
Yeah.
Not good CLV for you.
Nope. But I
Doesn't
have
matter.
won this bet more often than not when all the steam comes in on this way.
Right.
Because look, the Pacers, until further notice, this is going to be an over series in Indiana or in New York. I just think pace is going to dictate. I think Indiana is going to force tempo, and I think New York, even though they want to slow it down, I just don't think they're going to be able to.
Right.
Is Halliburton 100%? No. He only scored 6 points in game, but who is 100% right now? It's the playoffs. They're all banged up.
They need him to do something.
They do more than 6 points. Yep. To win the game, not to go over, but to win the game. And they got to fight. I mean, again, I would let anybody else except Jalen Brunson beat me. Like, I wouldn't do it.
Guy's been just on a mission. What is his points prop? Just bet it over.
31.
Cash money, cash register.
I'm going to say it's 31 for that.
I think
Let's see.
Higher.
Higher than 31.
32.5, maybe.
Oh, player points. Brunson's player points tonight. 37.5. Holy crap.
That's the FU number.
37.5.
FU number.
Go bet that something else. Go somewhere else. Let's go away.
Want to bet over? You want to bet over Brunson? You've been beating us every night with this. Bet over 37.5. That's a big number, man. Woo. Yep.
37.5 for a point prop. Wow, that's high.
Probably. I mean, it's a standalone game tonight, right?
Yep.
There's no other NBA game.
Yeah.
So that prop's there's gonna be a lot of handle on that stuff tonight for the basketball heads.
How about that? Game 1, Edmonton laying 140 at Vancouver. Again, Oilers are 0-4 against the Canucks this season. What is this number?
I think this is a lot of uncertainty of Vancouver's situation, especially in goal.
Yeah, with Silvos. Okay. I mean, but he shut out in game 6, 1-0 shutout. Last time he played.
It was Nashville.
Okay, but it's still a 1-0 shutout.
I don't need Nashville coming at me, but Nashville's not Edmonton.
All right.
Okay. Very limited offensively. Hence the total in this game tells you that.
Over.
I don't know. I mean,
over.
I don't have a strong opinion about the side. I'm leaning Vancouver as of right now.
Okay. Me too.
They get this one and then lose game 2.
Okay. It's
the way it kind of maps out. But I know why this number's the way it is. It's coming down. Somebody just played it at Circa here. So it's minus 129.
137 at FanDuel, 6.5 though. You can get 6.5s now.
Ooh.
I'm on over 6, but you can get 6.5.
What's the juice on the 6.5?
Under minus 128, over plus 104.
Okay. Minus 128 plus 104. Whew. Makes me want to get back into business with those spreads. Just put up the numbers and you don't have to do anything. Just take bets. I don't know. I don't know.
Over 6, not 6.5.
All right.
Take the shot. You have good 4-2 push potential.
I will be watching this one.
Edmonton's given up 8 goals in a game this year to Vancouver.
Throw all that stuff out.
I'm not. I don't. Sorry. I'm not. And Cubby's not either. I'm not throwing it out. I'm not throwing it out. They all
type it in the chat. We got to pull.
They all like
type it in the chat. Couves. Yeah, I like Vancouver. You guys just put VAN or ED.
This was the same thing that people said about the Bruins and their series. I mean, everyone says it's like, oh, when do they play? When did they play? Okay, like, all right, you can make every excuse, but I'm just telling. McDavid play
times in October.
Did McDavid play? McDavid played last time I saw.
Those 3 games probably helped contribute to them firing the coach.
It did 100%. But I mean, just
Nux.
saying.
Santana said Nux.
Look, I have a 27-1 ticket on Vancouver to win it all. Okay, so I'm 100% biased on Vancouver, but I like Vancouver. I've liked it for a long time. So,
do you have any other Western Conference?
No. I had Winnipeg, Vancouver. I have Winnipeg, Vancouver. That's all I had.
Okay.
Winnipeg's dead. Vancouver's live, but that's it. And I don't know if I'm going to do anything. I'm going to just sit there and I'm looking to get a plus price on Edmonton. If I can figure out Vancouver to be leading in the series, I'll get a plus price on Edmonton, hopefully.
Correct.
So then just hedge off of it and, bet a unit and just make sure I don't lose any money.
Linus in Aurelia, Ontario said he leans Oilers. There's a story about a big gambling ring in Aurelia, Ontario that I want to discuss tomorrow. I sent you that text too. Discuss that tomorrow. Kids in Aurelia, Ontario.
Game 2, Florida and Boston. 5.5's the total.
Oh boy.
It all comes down to one person to me.
Swayman?
No.
Bobrovsky?
Yep.
Always comes down to the goalie.
Because Swayman, it's 0, 1, or 2. That's what Florida's getting tonight.
0, 1, or 2.
So how many goals will Florida give up? Boston scores 3. They win 3-2. Boston scores 1. They lose 2-1. I think Florida gets 2 tonight.
Under.
Yep. That's the bet. That's what I made.
Yeah, it's going to take some funky stuff to happen.
JPC, you're going to go broke betting that. So be real careful. Be real careful betting on Swayman to have a bad game. He hasn't had a bad game in 2 months.
Yeah. I don't know. I think again.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with this total. I think
Panthers
that's
2-1 exact score. Bet 2-1, 3-2.
I would bet overtime. I think bet the draw.
How good was that last night?
2 for 2 last night.
Both games go to overtime.
And given the Bruins what they've done this year, 2-2 after 3 is very, very possible.
Right.
3-2 final. Yeah, I expect a much better version of Bobrovsky tonight.
Florida got to not play tight.
You think they'll play tight? Interesting.
They can't play tight. They can't, because this is what happens when the goalie on the other team gets in your head.
Okay.
You grip your stick tighter.
Yeah.
You don't take those shots. Remember that game we went to back in the day with Betfred guys, and we were sitting there watching it, and I kept turning to you, and you kept turning to me and going, why are the Knights not shooting the puck?
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah. 100%.
That's what happens. Because if you don't have what you think is a perfect shot or opportunity, you don't take it. If they play tight, the game's definitely going under. But they get down, and then it's done. Like you're completely in your own head on your home ice going, can't get a puck by this guy. That's when you zing one, buzz the tower. You shoot it high. And if you catch them in a helmet, maybe shake them loose a little. You have to do something. Swayman looks like they're winning the Stanley Cup.
Time out.
What happened?
I have to talk about this.
What happened? Grip your stick tighter? What happened?
No. There was I just saw this clip. Just scrolling Twitter. There's a clip going around of a certain talk show in Boston, sports talk show in Boston, that is trying to argue that if the Celtics win the championship this year, should it count? The question is, should a Celtics championship even count this year?
Didn't we get enough Boston stuff on the beginning of this show?
No, I'm just saying, this is how dumb the media is in Boston, that they are just going to crown the Celtics to win a championship, but because of all the losses in the Western Conference, that the path was too easy. That they won the championship, it was too easy. Because
what I mean, people don't even like it when you win.
This is I'm serious. The Boston media is the stupidest, sports media is the stupidest group of people that think they're very smart. It's really interesting. It's a really dumb group of people who think they're very intelligent to actually find things to talk about because they're running out of topics. Boston's winning 4 games in a row by 20 plus points. They don't know what to say. So they have to find negativity in something. Think about how awful you have to be as a person to get up in the morning and you have to find something negative about the Boston Celtics who won a game by 20 plus points last night. It's too easy. Oh, it's too easy. It shouldn't count. It's too easy. Championship shouldn't count.
It makes me so glad to be out of that crucible.
Right? Me too.
Like the negativity, we try to be positive on this show. We give each other crap and get all these people to come and listen to the show.
The line was, you're supposed to have to fight for a championship. There's supposed to be value in the fight. It's that Boston winning a championship would be too easy. So thus they couldn't count it. I'm done. This is just like,
do we need to change the name of the show?
I don't know. I just need what
do we do?
It's such a funny thing because I did my whole career for 20 years. This is the type of stuff I would do. And now for the last 5 being in sports gambling and seeing the games in such a different lens, it's such a different way of looking at games when you're betting them and you're taking the emotion away from it and you're not after the clicks. You're not after the comment section. You're not after the phone lines ringing. You're not after any of that.
Right.
Just talking about the game itself, what may happen.
Thank God.
Does anybody in the Boston Celtics, will give a fuck about the path to a championship?
Fire!
Do you think anybody on the Boston Celtics, I would love to hear Brad Stevens' opinion. Hey, Brad, if you won a championship this year, do you think it shouldn't count because it was too easy?
Too easy.
Too easy. What are we talking about? He'd be like, what? Too what? Those are the best basketball players on the planet lining up to take our head off every single night.
Yeah.
We just have a good coach, a good team, good philosophy, and we have good players. Yeah. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's such an embarrassment for my city. God, that's bad. Oh, that's so bad.
Yesterday was the anniversary of Iverson's rant talking about practice. We're talking about it being too easy. Too easy?
I mean, it's so bad. It's so bad.
Talking about?
It's they give people a reason to hate Boston. You're absolutely right, Kevin.
Damn right, dude.
I don't understand. Really, just don't. It's a good point. If they lose, then what, right? Because that's what they do, Alan. They build up, they build up, and then when they lose, they can go take their hatchet and take their pound of flesh off the team.
Oh.
And go, oh, you should have won. Look, it was all set up. You choke artists. You went ahead. You had a chance to win it. We all knew you were going to win it. You were the best team and you still choked. That's what that is. To get built up just to take you down. That's Boston media in a nutshell.
Sounds glorious.
Yuck. Just
I don't
a
even know
whole.
what we changed the name of the show to. That'd be terrible. We got all these hats. People buying hats. They like the logo. I love the logo.
The logo's great. No, it's just I see that.
The ultimate irony would be if you take this complete life journey heel turn, where you're the
and hate Boston.
Bostonian.
No, I love Boston. I'll always love my city. I hate the media.
No,
I hate one station in particular, but it's the number one station in town. But it's because they're successful. They're uber successful. What I hate about my home city is that they enable content like that to be successful. That's what pisses me off.
Okay.
People, the myopic, Puritan, self-loathing nature of New England is a huge problem. That has always been a monster. It's what enables a guy from Milwaukee to go to Boston and shit on the teams constantly and be the number one talk show host in the country. That's what happened. Because Boston likes to hate itself.
Said it for years.
It's bizarre.
Said it for years. Couldn't. I saw
it's
it.
Weird.
In little old Pittsburgh when we were just hanging out there going, what's wrong with you people over back east? Between Boston, Philly.
Wait, back east? So you're admitting Pittsburgh's. Wait, are you admitting Pittsburgh's in the Midwest? Are you admitting Pittsburgh's
in the Atlantic, mid-Atlantic? Here we go.
You said back east. No, that's a Freudian slip. You said back east, not me. You said back east. 100%
East Coast.
Yeah.
East Coast.
You just slipped it. Oh, sorry.
Pittsburgh is not East Coast. It's mid-Atlantic.
Okay. You just slipped it, not me.
It's not Midwest.
Okay. I'm taking that W.
Got to go to Ohio.
I'm taking the W. We're back tomorrow. If you're watching on Sports Grid or listening on Sirius XM, thank you for being here. Rest of you guys don't move. Bonus time. He did say back east. 100%. He did say
I'm at East Coast. That pocket from Philly up. They hate everything.
Love it.
Angry all the time.
They are so angry. Here's a little baseball update for you guys. The Jays are up 5-2 on the Phillies, who have been red hot. That's surprising to see Toronto leading over bottom 9. 2 on, 1 out. Second and third now with 1 out. 5-3. Little ninth inning rally coming from the Phillies against Romano, the closer for the Blue Jays. 3-2 Royals against the Brewers. Dang, the Royals are good. 3-0 Padres over the Cubs. Interesting. 1-1 Marlins tied it up. Top 5 at the Dodgers. Wednesday baseball is so wonky. I didn't bet a thing on it today. A's are up 2-1 on the Rangers.
Now win. And Kylie will come at me and say, like, see, they won because you weren't wearing the stuff.
Is there a doubleheader today?
In what?
Rangers A's. Yeah, yes. There is. Doubleheader today. Interesting. That game is happening. Day game. Wow. Back to back. A true doubleheader. How bad are them? How bad are the A's? They have to have a true
them.
Sorry. They have to have a same game, same ticket doubleheader. They can't do split doubleheaders because they know nobody will show up. So it's one ticket, you get 2 games.
Those are the best anyway.
Those went away in the 60s. Those have been gone forever.
I went to those as a little kid. Those were fun. We were at the ballpark all day. Those are fun. I would love to take the kids to that.
They just don't do it anymore because they want double everything. They have double tickets, double concessions, double parking. They want it all. So they do
get the concessions if people come and stay.
True, but they want, I agree.
Games are shorter now.
One day doubleheaders are awesome. I agree with you. They're phenomenal, but
day-nighters are, who goes to both? When you do a day-nighter, who goes to both?
That was always the one, the watching Field of Dreams when Shoeless Joe asks Ray Kinsella, they play day-night doubleheaders now? Like, playing in the nighttime, you lose the ball. It's hard to see. It was just really interesting to go they used
to outfielders for sure.
They used to do that. So I love day-night doubleheaders are fine, whatever, but I love the same 1 ticket, 2 games, afternoon special was great. Baseball should bring that back. The A's brought it back because they have to, unfortunately for them. Time for Better to Book It. All right, I got the worst number on the planet. Nick Spacers.
Saving that other story for tomorrow. That other one on the rundown. We'll save it for tomorrow. That big parlay out. We'll save it.
I didn't put it on the rundown.
You did. It's on there.
No, I didn't put it on this rundown.
Oh,
on the StreamYard rundown. I missed it.
Okay.
I skipped over it.
That's fine. We'll do it tomorrow.
Do it tomorrow. Sorry, that was my fault. I didn't. I skipped over that story.
That's
I would have put
it
on there.
We definitely have to mention
because I did remember I did this. I mean, I did a slide for it.
Okay, that's good. How a Thunder championship could turn $100 parlay into $1.7 million if the bettor keeps his ticket. Stay tuned. We'll address that tomorrow.
We'll do it tomorrow. I'll put that near the top.
Good tease.
Top of the show. We'll do that tomorrow.
Nice work.
That hedge. Knicks Pacers over 222.5.
What was that for? I haven't heard you do that one ever. That was great.
It's a voice from bonus time.
We'll book this one again.
Ooh,
We
it's the worst
booked
number on
that
the planet.
total yesterday.
Go bet 218 over.
Thunder.
It's much better price. Much better.
Yeah. We'll book it. We'll follow the money here. Whatever the book needs under, that's fine. I don't know, but I don't like it. You get a much better.
Now
much better number right now.
Yeah, way better.
You're going to get a better number first 5 minutes of the game.
Oh,
if you want, I think it'll go down.
Slow start. It did last time.
Yeah.
Second half went
almost the same thing.
Yeah, in game probably a good bet to bet it over in game.
Yeah.
Bruins Panthers under 5.5. Yeah, I like that. And then
4-1, 3-1, both ways. You could bet that, or 3-2, both ways.
Oilers Canucks over 6.
Yes, bet it.
Yeah, I like that too.
I don't know. I can't wait to watch that game. It's
both games. Both hockey games are
phenomenal. Both hockey games are going to be phenomenal.
Yeah.
I'll be on Sports Grid with Wetzel, and he's a hockey guy too.
I have so much work to do, so I had to figure out how I have a million things to do this afternoon. I got to be home to watch this. I may not be able to watch the Bruins game tonight. I'm so pissed off. I got so much work to do, but I'll definitely watch the Canucks. At least it's 7:00 our time. It's a normal start time.
What more work do you got to do outside of the house?
I have to get 18 grades done. I gotta be
listen and take the notes and give
the
kids
then
a grade.
Then I have to go do their grades. After I listen to the podcast, I got to go calculate all their grades.
Oh God!
Although I can do that Sunday. The pretty thing is that I have all day Sunday to do to hang out and do it.
Oh, we got a 72-hour stay.
Yes.
Okay.
Saturday night. If you guys, what we're gonna say, you guys want to do dinner on Saturday night or Saturday afternoon.
Okay.
That's when we're around.
Okay.
She's on a red eye back to Boston at 11 o'clock or 8 o'clock.
10 o'clock? Saturday night?
Yep. On Saturday night.
Okay.
So we're around for Saturday. Favorite thing about today is what?
I had a call this morning about the contest and about some different things that are happening for the contest. And it just reminded me, between the Brigade Proxy Service and the football schedule release next week,
right,
that it's coming. Right, it'll be here before anybody knows it. And people are coming to Vegas to, make appointments, sign up for the contest. We got all the details, on the website, and we'll help you sign up. We'll help you put the picks in through the Brigade Proxy Service. But it was just also a reminder of how great the games were last night in hockey, and to soak it in while you can. Like, you don't get nights like last night, back-to-back overtime games with electric home atmospheres, great road team efforts, all of the above. I just had that moment of reflection this morning, thinking about, here comes football season. Here comes football season.
Yeah.
And just remember, we always say, focus on that windshield in front of you, not the rear view mirror behind you.
Mm-hmm.
We know what's coming. But while you're here in park, take a little bit of it in. And I'm getting texts from Kylie, who's now all of a sudden become a fucking Rangers fan. And I don't know why.
She's in New York. You know why?
I know. But it's
New
fine.
York gets in your blood, unfortunately. It's just what it is.
I guess. But seriously, it was, I was texting a couple guys last night about the games. I was actually on the air talking about the games, texting, and then God bless my wife and daughters, finish on Sports Grid, and they're like, we're going out to dinner. I said, the hockey game's in overtime. Can we go somewhere? Well, I don't know if they have TVs there. And I said, well, then I'm not going.
Oh.
So I did not go to dinner with Jess and the girls last night so I could stay and watch the hockey. I didn't even see anybody today because I was sleeping when they left. So I haven't talked to one person. So I still think they're mad because I didn't go to dinner. Probably not. But I got to soak in the hockey. And my favorite thing about today is the NHL playoffs. If you're not a hockey guy or girl, watch the game for the sport of it. because it's highly competitive. It's highly entertaining, and it'll pull some emotional strings.
Definitely.
You'll start to, like teams, hate teams. I mean, you got Cam Stewart wearing a Bruins jersey today on the show. It's phenomenal.
It's tremendous. Two things. First, I think it's historically funny that now we're going back and forth with sauna sessions with Emerson, me, and you. We're talking about going in the sauna. It's just tremendous. Because I do believe in it, really. I mean, there's a lot of things where 20 minutes in the sauna can actually extend you can lower your risk of heart disease by 50%. So I actually think there's a lot of really cool benefits for it. But it's just funny. All three of us going around talking about sauna session. I loved that yesterday. I was dying laughing. I told Madeline about that. It was really funny. She's like, why are you guys talking about sauna sessions? I was like, I don't know. It's just what we do on text, Madeline.
You cannot explain what we do as men to women.
Or 9-year-olds. So yes.
Well,
yes.
especially, I mean, actually, you got a better shot of explaining it to the 9 or the 10-year-old. Like I talk to Kendall about stuff and she gets it.
Fair.
But
so speaking of Madeline, amazing moment in my kid's life yesterday. So, and I think it's a chance for all of us to kind of realize that sometimes we don't remember what it was like to be 9 or 10 or when our kids. So Maddie wanted desperately to be in student council. She ran for student council. She ran for PR. We shot a video. She had campaign posters. Like she very much wanted to be a part of this. They ran the election. It came back. She wound up 1 vote short.
Oh,
so I go to pick her up yesterday. I can see her from across, like literally like 50 yards away. The tears start before she even gets to me. The tears start. And she takes 2 steps and like buries her head into my chest and like just starts like losing it to the point where she had to like get herself because she realized kids were around. Like for a second, she didn't realize the world was around. It's just me and her dad.
Yep.
And she was heartbroken. And then she realized, oh my gosh, kids are around. I got to snap out of it and get back into the car. So she gets back into the car and she's just beside herself. She's mad. She goes from sad to mad in like 4 different ways and like crying to angry to like, this is not fair. This is not right. I want to recount. How do they know it's, 4th and 5th grade who voted? How in the world do they know it's only 1 vote? And I what do I do, Daddy? What she's trying to like create every sorts of like different way. And like that moment of being so mad and not being able to change an outcome. I was like, Madeline, this is what we talk about. This is adversity. Like you're hitting adversity for the first time. You really wanted something and you didn't get it. This isn't a need though. This is a want. And so I took her to ice cream yesterday and we sat there and just had a long conversation about just life and things aren't going to go your way all the time. You're going to get it to go. And sometimes it sucks. Sometimes it's a little tiny bit. She's like, well, can we go talk to the principal and get a recount? I'm like, no. I'm like, we can't do that, Maddie. Like we can't, it's anger. You're furious. But like, she's like, I want to see the ballots. I'm like, Madeline, this is not like a political election. Like this is a school council, student council. This is not that big of a deal. It is a big deal to you, but it's not that we're not going to go and create a whole war out of this. But like watching her brain put it all together, and then at the end of the ice cream sundae, her laughing and getting back into being a kid again was nice. But it was a big moment yesterday when she got handed something that she did not like. And I was like, this is great. I was like, this is awesome. I was like, I love this moment.
Right.
I was like, this is a moment where we get to teach and I get to explain because all the things about, adversity. And like, I always say to her, why do we fall down? To pick ourselves back up. Maddie, you fell down. Okay. All we can do is control what we can control. You can't control what somebody votes. And so she's in the back of the car. She's like, there's too many boys in my class. That's why the boy won, because all the boys vote for the boys. It's ridiculous. It's not fair. I was the only girl on the ballot. That's why they didn't vote for me. There's like all these different like things where like you mentally try to twist it, right? Like you try to justify what happened versus just they didn't pick you. Like I was like, Maddie, you can't go ask every kid why they didn't vote for you. It's democracy. People vote for stupid things all the time. And then she was like, on the ballot, it had a option for none of the above. Do you think that's right? Do you think it should have had a none of the above? Shouldn't they have been forced to vote for somebody?
Yeah.
Like all the justifications that she's going through. I'm like, Madeline, I'm like, this is all after the fact. Like you can't argue. It's like trying to change a rule in a sporting event, Maddie. It's like the rule is the rule. you don't like it, change it going forward, but you can't change it in the reverse. It happened. You lost.
This is growth for you.
Why?
Because a couple years ago, you would have probably succumbed a little more to this and said,
Oh, her
maybe
mother
we
already
will
did.
call.
No, it's more about her mom more than me.
Well,
Her
that's
mother,
what I mean.
her
That's what
mother
I'm
wants to
saying.
go to the
It could have
principal,
been-
and her mother wants to sort of complete war.
bomb
like-
the school.
She wants, her mom wants to go and like,
Yeah.
her mother wants to go and rip
Yeah.
everyone's head off, and she
Right.
wants a full recount
Yeah.
and everything else. And I'm trying to do the opposite.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be like, hey, let's just understand that we take losses the same way we take wins. Okay.
Right.
This is, I was like, this is what I was like, Madeline, this is what humility is. Okay. You got humbled. It's
Yeah.
okay to be humbled.
Yeah.
How do we deal with this moment now? What we do with it matters. It's like, we want a great talk about character. Like, this is when you
Yep.
show character. Like, you just kind of take it in and realize you wanted something.
Yep.
You lost. You've been humbled. Now you come back next time and figure out why. And she was going through the kid who won, who, like, his dad's a police officer. Her mother's
Yep.
her mother's always at school. You know, she's like, she's always there. And like, it's that I was just like, you know, it is what it is. You lose.
It's one of the greatest lessons through sports that I've used, you know, the same metaphor. Listen, you can do everything right and lose.
Yep.
That's what happens. And that's the dad role. It's a
Right.
lot of times it's the dad role. You have to be the calm one, because like in my ocean of estrogen, you know what happens. Somebody gets the kid, mama bear comes out. Hold on.
Yeah.
You can't, listen, you can't take them out, because then you're going to get me in a fight, and then I'm going to go to jail. I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to get arrested. I don't want any of that. Everybody relax.
Tom Brady came out with an awesome video that he did with the owner of the he's the guy who owns the horse, who owned the fierceness horse, but the body armor guy.
Okay.
Came out with a video today, but he talked about, Tom said it before, but he's like, losing allows you to win. You
Yeah.
have to understand losing before you can win.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Maddie, you got to lose. You haven't lost something like this. You don't play sports. Like, Maddie doesn't play team sports.
Right.
So like, you haven't had that feeling of, I want this to win. I'm going to try my best.
Yeah.
And it wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
Like that. It was an awesome moment.
It's an awesome
Sure.
lesson in life.
Yeah.
I ran for senior class president my senior year of high school.
Right.
Had this speech prepared, did all this stuff. I had all my friends. We're going to win. We're going to win. We're going to win. This kid came in and said, if I get elected school president, first he came into We Are the Champions,
Oh my.
booming on the sound system.
Okay.
And he said, if I get elected, we'll cancel school on Fridays. We won't have school on Fridays. Everybody believed him. He won. And I'm sitting up there talking about what I'm going to actually do. And it was such a lesson in life. Like, and I went home and my parents were like, did you win? No, I lost. And they were like, okay. They didn't make it a big deal. So I didn't make it a big deal. I was
Yeah.
pissed. I
Right.
wanted to do it. You not making it a big deal and actually using it as a teaching lesson is all they need.
Yeah.
They're as resilient as could be.
Yeah. I just comforted her. I was like, I knew
So-
across the way, I was like, she lost, because it's like the tears, the tears before she even got to me, the tears were rolling.
You
I was
already know.
like,
Yeah.
I was like, shit, she lost. It's like,
Yeah.
fuck. Okay. It's like, let's go. It's like, let's rally. And then like,
Yep.
she just, I was like, all right, where are we going? She's like, what do you mean? I'm like, ice cream, pick your spot. Where are we going? She's like,
Perfect.
CJ. She's like, CJ.
That's
I'm like, great, let's go. So we went right to ice cream and just sat down, and I let her just vent and just, conspiracy theorist left and right on it about what was this and what was that. And I was like, and then she got pissed. She got mad at me. At one point, she said, stop talking to me. She got really mad at me. She's like, stop talking to me. I'm like, okay. I was like, just so you know, I was like, this is all about, this is grieving, Maddie. Like, you're going to go through this emotion of like being very sad and being very mad and very big swings. Got to worry about how you deal with both of those emotions. They're big emotions, anger and sadness. Got to figure out how you deal with those. Like, can't yell at me. You're mad. Don't yell at me because I didn't do this. I'm just trying to teach you about what can happen. And you're not going to go into school. You're not going to march in the principal's office at 9 years old and say, show me the ballots. You're not doing that. So,
Nope.
Learning
how to deal with those emotions with the ocean of estrogen. I had hair before all of it. It's gone.
Yeah, it's gone
There
now.
it is.
Yeah. So, so my favorite thing about today was just that moment that one day, in 5 years, whatever, Madeline and I will talk about that moment about our eyes locking when she was across the street, and I knew she was in trouble. I was like, look, she didn't win.
Said it on one of our almost 600 shows. You don't lose, you learn.
Yep, it's Connor's
That's
quote.
going on a T-shirt too. You don't lose, you learn.
I told you, be careful.
Sports gambling.
Careful, Connor's going to sue us if we do that. It's Connor's quote, but
is it?
Yeah, McGregor, he trademarked it.
He did?
You either win or you learn. Yeah, that's Connor's line.
Okay, you lose, you learn. That's ours. How about that?
Or
close.
you learn. It's close enough. Yes.
Connor ain't worried about us.
Nope. We'll see Connor coming up in the month of June here in
Hello!
Vegas. It'll be a lot of fun. UFC 303. We are back tomorrow for Thursday. He is Dave. I am Matt. Hope to see all you guys here back. Same place, same time for BVB.
Go Panthers!